Good evening, YouTube. Well, I've been to town again, got myself some goodies. Actually haven't drunk much beer lately, trying to cut back on it, but Holsten, Knallt and Dolsten. All my German friends will know exactly what I just said. Basically, Holsten, Knallt and Dolsten is Holsten beer, pills, German beer. It's going to hurt the most. In other words, that's where you're going to get your hangover from in the morning and get drunk as quick as possible. It's not strictly true, because all German beer, this was actually 5%. Now I know if you bought that in Germany for whatever reason, it would be 4.8 like all German pills. So this one is actually brewed and canned in the UK, hence it's 2% more. It's not whatever they've done. I do not know. A little bit more sugar, maybe they stirred the alcohol, who knows. Cheers. So let's put that there. So not much to talk about, apart from the fact that I got some beer. I've done my laundry today. I haven't really done a lot more. I've sort of chilled for the first time. The weather's getting, still cold, but it's getting more and more settled, I suppose. It was a bit windy this morning, a bit breezy. But I think I'm through the worst of it. I really do. What I have noticed here, how do I put that? No, there's a lot of sun in on my face, haven't I? No. What I've noticed here on this campsite, more this year and a couple of times last year, was people with what do you call them, metal detectors. Now there's been a lot of activity recently. There was somebody here most of the sort of afternoon, and most of the day really. There was somebody here up and down the fields with one. There was a gentleman here a few days ago, probably 4 or 5 days ago now, and he seemed to be really up on it. Really, and I had a chat with him. He really seemed to know his stuff. I'm really keen, and he's found a lot of stuff. Not necessarily here, but he's found a lot of stuff over the years, and he was telling me all the stuff that he's found. And you have to declare everything you find and all this sort of thing, and you have to be insured for it for whatever reason. All these sort of things, and of course, any field, I suppose, would be a good place to go, wouldn't it? But at the moment, it seems to get a bit of a reputation, maybe, because there's not many days go by when there's not somebody here that pulls up in the car, and they must go and ask permission first, because you just can't start wheeling one of those things around, can you? But they all seem to have top-notch equipment. It's not something that's really interested me. It's not something I've really, I suppose if you lost something of value, of metal, then I suppose that would come in handy. But apart from that, not really. That doesn't really excite me. Everybody has their hobbies, don't they? Let me just try to adjust this a bit so I haven't got some money. No, it's not going to happen, is it? It's just the way the sun's coming through. What if I put that down there? No, I can't seem to stop the sun in my face. Never mind, not the end of the world. So, yeah, so everybody has their hobbies, and as you know, my hobby is motorbikes. I'm a bit of a motorbike freak, really, aren't I? Just a bit. Everybody, I wouldn't say geek, because I don't know that much about them, but I do enjoy my motorbikes. The day will come, getting closer to retirement, as I keep on. In fact, I shouldn't wish my life away, which I've said before. But I am looking forward to the day when I haven't got to be doing this to-in and fro-in, and I can just settle down in the Philippines. Like I've told you before, I've got my eyes set on where I do want to, because it'll be by the beaches, and there's some stunning places in the Philippines. There really is. I mean, up till this year now, didn't really know much about the Philippines. I was always going back to the same area, the same place, doing a little bit of travelling, but hardly anything. Now we've got the bike, and the world's our oyster. Well, the Philippines is anyway. for my wife and myself. And next year when I go back will be no different. I'll have more, hopefully more money, so more resources, better equipment, and we'll go and do some more travelling. And I've no doubt that wherever we go, Sally's got some family somewhere. She seems to have them spread around all over the place. Like we went off last time, and I had no idea. I knew of the one family up north, but that was my lot. So I knew when we went, we had the first 3 nights in hotels, brilliant, and then the 4th and 5th night were with different lots of family. They weren't that far apart. I don't know, they were like 3 hours on the motorbike apart, so quite a long distance. But yeah, so I've no doubt when myself and Sally, when we head south this next coming season, which will probably be February again, probably January, February, who knows, when the weather picks up really, when the typhoons will sort of disappear, when the rain season's over and all that, which end of January, start of February starts to look a bit better. I think we went in March, didn't we, this time? Yeah, would have been. Would it? Yeah, would have been March. So we plan on, or I plan on, and Sally's going to go along with it because I'm crazy and she will. I plan on going a lot further this time. I plan, even if we split it up into 2 lots, which maybe, but I'm planning a 4 weeks, if not 5. So it could be 2 weeks, come back for a few weeks or for a month, and then hit the road again for another 2 weeks. The problem with that, there's not really a problem. I'm just trying to map it out in my head. So where we've sort of finished up was out towards a place called Pangasinan, on the beaches out that way. So sort of parallel to where we live. If you look at the island looking north, we're in the middle, and if you look at it and you look to your left, that's where we ended up. But and then we made our way through the mountains and back that way. So next time when we stop, we'll be going back to those mountains. With a bit of luck, we can stop at the place where we stopped before with Sally's family, and then we will head, let me get this right, we will then head south. So basically through Pangasinan, heading towards Manila, following the coast around all the way, and we'll see where we get on, and we'll be gone probably for a couple of weeks, I'd imagine. The next time, probably to make it a bit easier on us, we are gonna, when we come back after 2 weeks, so we'll have seen a hell of a lot in 2 weeks. Then a few weeks off, and then we'll go again, and then probably cut straight down, and then sort of off to the other side of the island, if you like, and cut down through there, and we'll have to see where we end up. There's a few ships we can take to get to different islands. I know there's Mindanao, it's quite popular. I'm sort of hoping to head in that sort of direction. I've done my sort of research. So yeah, we'll have to see, won't we? Anyway, that's it for now. So I'm just chatting away really tonight. Not much really. I haven't done anything apart from my washing. It's funny, isn't it? I'm looking now, and it's actually, as I'm talking, the sun's shining really well, but I can see how the tent's got wet all of a sudden. So it has actually drizzled a bit, spitting with rain. A lot of blue sky about, so yeah. I know it's not summertime yet, and I know it's early in the year, but I am looking forward to when, not so much with the heat, but it's going to be dry and settled, you know, and I'm back to work proper. That's what I'm looking forward to. Need to start saving money so I can plan more in my head where we can go. And like I said, I want to buy more for the bike. That is, so for example, I need to buy sort of a good camera for filming. So they call them GoPros. There's different makes, isn't there? But like the main one seems to be GoPro, and they're like sort of mounted on bars. My primitive way of putting this, but they're mounted on the sort of bars that have come from certain parts of the framework on the bike. and somehow there's no vibration through these, so they must be really top quality cameras and the equipment. This is what I want. I want to be able to film a lot more, and I've got in my head, how do they do it when they're riding along? Is there a button they can press or film that, and then don't want to stop that, rather than the way I do it at the moment? If I want to film something and I'm going along and I do have my helmet on with my phone, it's all very primitive, but then it's like, stop, oh, this looks like a nice area, flick it on, am I filming right? Yeah, okay, off I go. And then when I've sort of a few minutes later, then stop, take the helmet off again, have another look, yeah, flick it back off, yeah, it's off, and so on. There's got to be an easier way of doing it. So I'm imagining with these GoPros, or whichever make I use, that you must have some kind of button somewhere on the handlebars or whatever, that you can just press a button and it'll film it, press a button again, it'll stop. I know there's a way of doing it that you can have these cameras on there, mounted onto the bike, and somehow, whether it's Bluetooth or whatever it is, but I know if you sort of look to the right, the camera on the bike will also look to the right. So if you spot something across there really nice, the camera will do the same thing. And you think, oh wow, look at that across there, and it'll do that. So I don't know what that sort of thing costs, but I'm looking into that. Drones is another thing. Now I watch a lot of people with drones on YouTube and everything, and they seem to have them that they follow them. They literally follow them. There's a lady, Itchy Boots, she calls herself. I've been watching her since she started a few years ago now, but she's got like sort of the best sort of drones, I'd imagine now. She didn't start off with any, but she's got them now. And there's views of her riding her bike through the deserts or through the mountains or wherever it might be, and it's obviously coming from a drone, God knows where behind it, but that drone is actually following her. How the hell that's controlled, I do not know, but it's very, very interesting, and I really want to know how that works. So yeah, that's another thing. What I did yesterday, can't compare it, but I bought myself a £70 second-hand laptop. Because of my new job, I need to do studying basically and pass more exams and all this sort of thing. So whenever you go to a care company, a different one, they've got their own way of learning and their own courses. It's all the same stuff, but oh my God. I'm 61 years old, I'll be 62 this year. I cannot really be doing it anymore, but I've got to do it. So I bought myself, you can't do that on your phone, and the phone's all I got. So now I've got this laptop. Sat here yesterday when I got back, the battery's flat, so I managed to charge it up here on the campsite, sort of 50% charge, put it on charge for an hour 10 minutes, whatever. Problem being, you need the internet when you're doing this, which I've got on my phone, and then you've got the so-called hotspot. So you click the phone onto hotspot and set it up that the laptop goes Wi-Fi, finds that hotspot, asks for a password, dunk, that's how it works, and you've got it. So I got it on here, but it found it, but it kept saying no internet. I don't know what that's all about. So I'm going to my future work tomorrow. They've got a meeting there, a staff meeting, so I thought I might tag along to that. And also, there's younger people than me, a different generation that work there. Hopefully some of those are there tomorrow and they can help me out with this. And also I can sort of maybe use the internet from the company so I can carry on and sit down after this meeting. Probably takes about an hour, whatever it does. I'm going to spend most of the day there doing my work, doing my studying, my learning, whatever you want to call it. It's not really learning because it's learning how they word things. Yes, it's not learning the job all over again. It really isn't. So you've got your moving hand and your fire training, everything that goes with your dementia awareness, which is not so much where I work, where I'm going to be working, but all sorts of things, you know, learning disabilities and so on. There's so much, which I've got it all. I've got it all on my phone, which I've been doing for the last 12 months, a lot with the agency. And it's all I've got all these diplomas, if you like. They're not diplomas, but all these different things that I've passed on there. Now, do I really need to do all this again? It looks like I do, and I'm not happy. So I was told, well, and they are, and it is true. So The agency says it doesn't matter where you go, these are valid. But this is some kind of totally different, I won't say diploma, it sounds a bit posh, but that sort of thing, which you've got to do to when you start with this company, really. So it's not an MVQ, because the first thing they want to know, have you got any MVQs? No, I haven't got MVQs. I know my job. I'm very good at my job, and I'm very patient, and I'm aware of what I have to do, and I'm capable of doing what I have to do. I don't need MVQs or degrees or to pass this and to pass that. I just don't, especially my age when I'm retiring in 5.5 years' time. Don't need it. But they sort of insist on it, don't they? So I'm ranting on a bit now. Don't even know if I'm going to put this out online. I think I've gone on a bit. Anyway, hopefully I'll be doing a bit more. I'm going to be picking my mum up again on Friday. I'm not sure where she wants to go. Maybe she wants to visit some friends or something, which then gives me a chance to go off and do some filming somewhere different. So we'll see. I will catch you later. I'm not sure if I'm going to put this out or not. I'm going to have a look at it now. Please like, subscribe. I'm just trying to build the numbers up. I got 52 now. It's brilliant, isn't it? Anyway, bye for now.